Eula.
Oh, cheers.
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 It's thought we put up some really good offensive numbers over the match. It's when you're hitting over 400. I think you'd probably take that most nights. Certainly, and just about everybody kind of got into it offensively. And then defensively, they are for Northwestern. I thought they were getting stronger as the match went on. Offensively as well, we had a tough time the first two sets, slowing down their one middle, and she wasn't able to get a kill in the third set, and we served a little bit better in her rotations, and it found it a little bit tougher to get her the ball. But they got stronger. I'm not sure that we were as strong defensively as what we'd like to pride ourselves on there toward the end. And but certainly happy to get a 3-0 sweep and moving on to the next.
This is your first second match against somebody, a repeat opponent of this season, and with the expanded conference, that's not going to happen all that often anymore. Did they look different? Did they change much? Is it hard to change when you beat them convincingly? Do you want to just play the same way when you rematch? Or what was any impact of playing them again?
Yeah, I mean, it's I think we saw this past weekend. Pittsburgh went in and destroyed SMU. I'm not sure that either of those three sets. I think all three of them they might have won by over 10 points apiece, and then they play. I don't know if it was the next day or a couple days later, whenever it was, and then SMU flips the script on them. And, certainly that's not the situation that, we've got here. But we were scoring at a really high, we were siding out at a very high level. We were hitting at a very high level, and then we had a lot of blocks. And sometimes when things kind of come like that, you lose your, I thought we lost our reading, reading the situation. I think our blockers didn't do a good job of reading the situation and what our opponent was trying to do. And I'm not sure we were always working hard enough to get really good swings, terminating swings out of system for the first part of the match. I didn't think, and certainly we'll go back and watch the film. I didn't think our work rate was particularly high, but again, there might be an element of nitpicking when you're sweeping a Big Ten opponent and hitting, north of 400. But I think Anna was saying this as I was walking into the film room afterwards, that we could be playing better than what we did today.
For Anna and Eula, in that second set, I think it was they had gone up 19-16 or something, or 19-17, and then Charlie got on the serving run, and you guys reassumed control of the set. What do you recall as working at that point in the match that kind of helped you kind of get back on, sort of get back on track and in control?
I feel like getting them more out of system and eliminating that middle as a threat. She was scoring a lot in that set, and being able to push them out of the net was a big factor in Charlie going there and serving with a great confidence, going aggressively, driving them. That was the biggest key.
I would say, I think aside from like technically, I mean, when another team starts to push back on you a little bit, you can either sit there and take it and think, okay, we can go to the next step. But it's sticking in it, next ball mentality, sight out.
Following up on that, Anna, I think you had 5 kills out of your last 7 points or so of that set. Was that something where you say enough of this, or?
A little bit, yeah. And I just wanted to keep going. Like when we can kind of get on a run and everything is working in a system, our pass is together and they're fighting for us. So we just got to get the job done and just go up, give confidence to each other, and take big rips.
Kelly, CC had, you kind of touched on the blocks. I think CC had about 8 of them. And I guess I'm wondering in general, because obviously we kind of touched on this whole rotation situation where you got with your middles. Are we underselling how easy? I mean, in some ways they're kind of making it look easy, some way, at least to the naked eye, to the untrained eye. And I guess I want to get your thoughts on, how they've been able, those 3 players have been able to kind of come in and produce, even though it might not be as regular as they've experienced in the past.
The rotations that we're doing right now with our middles, I mean, each of them have really, really big-time strengths, and then each of them have some areas where the others are stronger than them in. And, I think as we're moving through the season, what they're wanting to do, but what all of our players are wanting to do. You're wanting to the things that you do really well. You want to keep your swagger with that, and the things that you've got to get better at, you've got to attack those with purpose and shore those up so that opponents can't can attack your weaknesses. Their weaknesses are a little bit less so, and we're. Blocking is not easy. I'm sure that you mentioned CC with how many blocks, and she'll go back and see a dozen where she probably could have made better reads of what the setter was showing, and being a little bit late and getting burned on that. It's but we're getting better as a blocking team. I think. There's times that these guys next to me get pretty frustrated, but we are getting better, and the numbers are clearly showing it. But there's a lot of things that we've got to continue to work on to build really good habits in that area. But that's one of the exciting things is there's so much more. You're putting up some silly blocking numbers, but there's just so much. There's a lot of, man, I should have had that. Man, what was I doing there? I should have read that a little bit better.
Oh, one other. Friday, we kind of, much has been made of the new look Big Ten, and now you finally get a chance to, face an Oregon, a highly ranked team at home. Obviously, you did it last week with Washington, but I guess just want to get your thoughts on the upcoming match, and especially given how well Oregon is playing right now.
I'm really excited. I mean, like you said, they've been doing really well, and I know from previous years and even what they're doing right now, they're a very good defensive team, and it's honestly just exciting to get a really good challenge in the field house, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I feel like last time we played them here, it was one of the best games I've experienced in the field house, so I'm just so excited. And we have a whole week of work and preparation. So
I said we got stuff to still get better at before Friday. So.
Exactly.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.